Welcome to Sounds of Sud. I'm your host, Jasmine. This podcast is for all the music lovers and anyone that wants to learn more about working in the music industry. Bringing you interesting insights and wild stories from DJs to festival organisers, we talk to all of the people behind the scenes that make the magic happen. So make sure to hit subscribe and I'll see you on the dance floor. Hey Joe, how are you?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see your face again. How's it been back home?
Well, from the minute we landed, it was absolutely freezing cold. Luckily, Sam always packs a little comfort blankie for some reason, but I didn't cuss her this time because when we actually got to the train station from Houston, she wrapped it round us both and we looked like a right pair waiting for the taxi. But yeah, it's been really bad here. It literally hasn't stopped raining.
Sorry to hear the weather's been shit at home, but I wouldn't expect anything less. That's why I live here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you've got your grandson to look after today, so let's rock and roll. So we're going to go 10 quick questions about your time in Oz. That was your second tour of Australia that you've done now. In the months leading up to coming back for tour number 2, what were you most excited about coming back to Australia?
I don't know, to be honest. The anxiety and the anxiety and the nerves wasn't quite there because I kind of knew what I was coming back to. But just the entire tour really. It was just I was just so excited because I'm going to use an Australian word here, heaps of new music to play. So I was kind of like not confident, but I just knew that I had a lot of music to shell out this time. Whereas last time it was kind of I didn't know what to expect. So on a whole, really, I'm just looking forward to the entire tour.
Cool. So you've been home for what, three or 4 weeks now. When you go back to England and you've still got your business and stuff like that, does it feel like you're leading a double life when you come straight from a tour and then integrate back into normal life, as you might call it?
To be honest, I've kind of took 6 months out of my business through the winter period. I run an air conditioning business, and it does get kind of quiet around this time. So I've took 6 months out to see where this music career takes me, and then reconvene with my thoughts and see where we are in 6 months. I kind of haven't gone back to work. I've come back and I've just jumped straight back into the studio, and I've done loads of podcasts since I've been back. Done loads of pre-record content with various platforms. So really, I've just come back and I'm still living the dream. So it hasn't really changed apart from, as you say, the temperature. That's it, really.
That's exciting to hear, and I'm pleased that you're in a position where you can do that, because I feel like a lot of people with the music thing, until you can give it the time, it will never progress anywhere. But you can't give it the time because it's not progressing anywhere, and people get stuck in this black hole. So it's awesome that you are able to do that.
You need to put 100% in, don't you? And if you don't put 100% in, you're only putting 80, and then you're wondering why it's not moving forward, then maybe it needs that extra 20%. So that's why I made a conscious decision to give it a good 6 months of solid hard graft and see what comes out the back end of it.
Yeah, well, I have good feeling about it for you. From everything
And I
I
do
see
as
on the tour
well.
with you. Yeah,
I do
it's
as
good.
well, yeah.
Exciting. All right, so question number 3. What was the funniest moment of the trip?
I've got a terrifying moment.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a funny moment, to be fair. I mean, last time Sam in April, she left her passport on the first night on the opening show in Canberra. She left her purse with all her belongings in the safe, and then we didn't realise till we got to Perth or Brisbane that she'd left it in the safe. So we had to get it shipped to our next tour because we wasn't in Brisbane for too long, so we had to get it to the next one. So it's kind of like a game of catch me up, you know what I mean? So that was like a funny moment on the last one, but this time was we did miss a flight as well on this one. We missed a flight, and that was, I don't know, when you were just into so many flights here and there, times to be here, times to be there, my head just got muddled, and I was looking at my online diary with the agent, and it's all very organised, but I was just looking at the wrong day, and we missed the flight to the last show. So we got the wrong flight, and then she dropped her boarding pass down the security bit, and then when we got to the gate, I was like, my wife's lost her boarding pass, and they went, can we have a look at yours? Showing her mine, and she was like, well, you're not Samantha Hunt. So I had Sam's boarding pass, and Sam had actually lost my boarding pass. So we got somewhere along the line, we got switched up, but she'd actually lost mine. So absolute nightmare. That day was just, I just wanted that day to end and get it over and done with.
What was so terrifying?
We were flying to, it was the last show, to Brisbane on this tour. And the airplane just couldn't get up. It was just like, it was going up. When it takes off, doesn't it? And you feel at ease when it's above the clouds, because it's obviously the turbulence has gone. And it was taking off, and it was I'd do it. It was taking off, and it was dropping back down, taking off, dropping back down, just on the takeoff.
God.
I know, yeah, it was absolutely horrific. And then when we got, I said to Sam, "I'm sure we're meant to be above the clouds right now." And she says, "I know we are, yeah." And it would go down again. I was literally like that up Sam's arm, and I'm never like that. She was comforting me, and I'm meant to be the man. And then we got above the clouds, and he come on the tannoy, and he said, "Apologies for that. We kept on hitting heat pockets because of the warm weather." I was like, "Oh, great, thank you for that, mate." We all nearly died.
This wasn't the same flight that you missed. It wasn't the same
No,
as
no,
when
it
you
wasn't
missed
the
the
same
flight.
flight.
No.
I don't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No.
I'm sure the whole thing was amazing, but if you had to
Yeah.
pick, what was the best gig of the tour?
I did get asked this by someone else, and you know what? I couldn't give an answer because, to be honest, every single gig had every single show had its own quality and its own vibe. So yeah. I mean, looking back at the videos, I think Sydney had again and then Geelong, which is the first one. That was a very small intimate party, but just going off. That was the first one of the tour, and like I said, Sydney was amazing. Perth was amazing. Gold Coast was amazing. Melbourne was. That's what I'm saying. So I can't actually go well because of that. And then I think about that gig. And I think, well, no, because that was sick as well. So yeah, I don't think I can.
They all had their own kind of quirks.
Yeah, they all had their qualities, and yeah, it was a vibe, man. The entire tour was a vibe.
Very diplomatic of you. All right, well, this one you have to answer. Which track had the best reaction from the crowd across all the
Well, that's simple,
gigs?
isn't it? That's simple. That is raw cuts, isn't it? But there was obviously I had the dubs that I made for my last tour. I've been playing on this tour, which was the Armand Van Helden. Boy, I want your soul. Do you want it right now? That one. And it just drops into a heavy garage.
Into a heavy beat.
Yeah, into a heavy garage tune. But yeah, it was that between that one and Raw Cuts, to be fair, which was popping the most. But I'd say Raw Cuts because that's what everyone wanted to hear.
It was really cool to hear it live as well. I loved it. It was a good show.
And there is some good news on the horizon. With that. There is a chance it is coming out, but I ain't gonna say too much right now. But they need to hurry up.
Okay, cool. Well,
yeah,
exciting. Yeah, because when Fish talked about it, there was a lot of people in the comments saying gutted that it wasn't necessarily going to be released. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, we have been working behind the scenes of it, and Fish actually wouldn't have known it because it's one of them, and you start talking about it, and it's not happening. You look like egg on the face, so there's no point talking about it until you definitely know something's moving, but something is moving. So that's all I'm going to say right now. We are moving.
Exciting. We're moving on up.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well that's great news. All right, so you obviously ate out at loads of different places across the tour. What was the standout meal for you where you were like, oh, I really liked that thing from that place, or can't wait to have that again?
When we ate out with you was one of them. I can't remember what it was called. It was that Asian inspired restaurant. That was lovely.
Queen Chow in Enmore. Yeah.
Yeah, there. And where else did we eat? Where else stood out? Nowhere else really stood out. I had a nice burger in the Irish bar. That was about it, really. We didn't really eat anywhere super special on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
But sometimes it doesn't have. Sometimes it doesn't have to be somewhere fancy. You could just be like, oh, I was really craving those chips from that place or that from that place. But yeah, always a good one to ask. All right. What do you think?
And McDonald's as well. At 3 a.m. in the morning. It's amazing. In the train station of Sydney.
Can't beat it. Love it.
No.
And do you think is the most underrated thing about Australia?
No, I'll tell you what was nice, which we didn't expect. Geelong, just the streets full of like memorabilia shops. It was like going back in time. It was really bizarre. Yeah. So Geelong really was underrated for
I've
me.
never been down there. Porrick worked down there for a period of time, but yeah, I've never actually been, so I'll
Yeah,
have to get
yeah,
down there at some point.
yeah,
Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. All right.
yeah.
A couple to go. You're obviously here for a couple of weeks, second trip over. What was your favourite bit of Aussie slang?
Do you know, I've come home using it. Keen. I love the word keen. You know, you're just like searching for that answer without don't being too over the top about something or describing that you want to be somewhere. You just use that
Yeah.
one word and say, "Yeah, I'm keen." It's like, "Yeah, I'm keen."
See,
It's basically saying like it's just like gets all them words and puts it into one word. Like you're like, "Yeah, sound like." So I've come back and I've just carried on using the word keen. I love it. Love it.
I love asking people that one because I've lived here for so long now. I'm actually unaware of what is English versus Australian versus Irish. Like it's just all kind of morphed into one for me. So I wouldn't have said keen. I say keen all the time, literally Keen, keen for everything.
Yeah.
Keen. Yeah. So that's a funny answer. All right, if you were to win an award, who's one person you'd shout out that's shaped your journey so far?
I'd say that I'd obviously give flowers to like Maluji, who's been an ambassador, I'd say, for supporting my music quite a lot over the last 2 years, 3 years. IPC tends to support quite a lot of my music, surprisingly, because a lot of the time I'm unaware that he's actually grabbed the track. And then I'm sent a video of him playing it, you know, in front of so many people in America or Amsterdam, and it's popping off. So they're kind of like surprise hits.
That must be a
Yeah.
cool feeling if you're sending people demos and you don't even know if they've opened the mail, and then you just get a video of them playing it out. That would be
that's
so
it, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, especially the raw cuts one, because I did send it him. It didn't even show that you looked at it. So when I seen that video of him playing it at AEDE, I think last year, I think it was ADE. Yeah, it was ADE. It was an ATW showdown thing, and it absolutely popped off. And just then, it's just obviously spiraled. It's just it was just big moments like that. It was kind of like gave me that Up to No Good vibe again when he played Up to No Good at AVA Festival in Ireland. Yeah, so
He's been a
like,
massive supporter of your music, really.
he has, yeah. You also got the likes of Morgan Seatree as well. He's been playing a lot of my music over the last couple of years as well. I mean, to be honest, I've known Morgan Seatree. I say known. We've been speaking since 2022 or 23. And I look back at a video when he first dropped one of my tunes and he was playing in Ireland and he was playing in a nightclub. And you know what? It's so good to see, like, he's selling out huge arenas like 3 years later. It's just a massive, like, you know, he's kind of an unknown artist then, you know, and he was just playing my records and still playing them now. But the transition from that video that he sent me to the video that he's putting out now is just, you know what, he's got to be super proud of that. So yeah, going off the track, but yeah, Morgan Seatree as well, and of course Fish. You know, we've over the time we've actually become friends. Yeah, he's
DJ
been a massive
friends.
DJ friends. So you know, he's supported a lot of my music, also pushing a lot of my dubs, which is, you know, it's probably, you know, partial reason why a lot of Australians actually like my music, because of he's actually played them on his tours and everyone's gone, wow, what's this, and they blew up. But yeah, he is someone that I would obviously like to thank. Yeah, I'd like to thank Fish 56 Octagon. If everyone's a winner, so he deservedly deserves this award as well. So yeah,
But you know, it's really cool when you can have that. You can have that like reflection upon yourself to realize that, because it's very humble of you to be like, oh well, that probably wouldn't have happened if he wasn't supporting my music, but it's probably true, you know. And it's really nice to be able to appreciate that and recognize other people
Yeah.
on your journey. I think it's really important. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, and I think somewhere, somehow, me and him need to do a back to back because that would be absolutely mental, absolutely mental.
I'm surprised that hasn't already kind of happened, really. Like, but that's awesome. I'm sure it will at some point. I'd love to see
I know,
it.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
So I'm putting out
Do
to the
you go back to
universe.
back with many people
No, no, no.
because
I just feel like
you
me
don't
and
want to?
him. I said, no, there's just certain people you can't play back to back with because a lot of the time people trying to battle, and I don't want to battle.
Yeah,
I just want to relax and play
vibe.
music. I'm not saying that the people that I've mentioned have, but I just feel with Fish, he's very laid back with his music, and he doesn't hold any ego when he plays either. So I feel like we would just kind of just slot in side by side and just vibe off each other. You know what I mean? So yeah. Not that anyone else I've mentioned because I'd equally love to play with them as well. But I just got this little connection with Fish, which I think would work. But yeah, we'll see one day, maybe.
Yeah, Fish is a massive legend. Really nice guy as well.
Yeah, he's
But yeah,
yeah.
just like I've had the pleasure of meeting some really cool people on my own journey, and it's amazing how many of these big DJs are actually just normal fucking people, and they're really nice. You know,
They are,
if
yeah,
you
they are, yeah, they are nice people,
if
yeah.
if you interact with them in the right way and environment and you're yourself and you don't act all weird, like they're actually just normal fucking people. And yeah, it's awesome. Obviously great to get to know you and Sam like in this whole process as well. So yeah,
On a personal
but that's
level as
it.
well, yeah. We were
Yeah, so
saying
nice.
to yeah, someone said, "Oh, what did you do in your downtime and that?" And we was like, "What didn't we do when we came over in April? We obviously met you and met other people as well, like, and become like kind of friends. And it's like this time
Yeah.
we've gone out rather than going to the zoo, we've gone out for a meal. You know what I mean? We've done like it's been a
Yeah.
totally different experience. This trip has, because of people that we've met previously. So yeah, it's been amazing. It feels like my second home. You know what I mean? If I was to go to America, I wouldn't have that experience. But when I go to Australia, it just feels like very homely and people welcoming, and I've got friends there now.
Oh, well, that's so nice to hear. And that's what
Mm.
you get when you get these DJs that have been DJing for 20 years, touring, like Sam Divine and stuff. They've been touring the world for years and years. They've got friends all over the world from in the exact way you just described. You go somewhere a few
Yeah,
times and naturally you see the same faces and you form relationships. And that for me is
exactly.
what I actually enjoy about it the most. Like the parties are great, but I like creating meaningful relationships. It's nice. The people I've met on my journey of navigating into the music scene myself, to then see them just have this huge success. Like Girls Don't Sink, for example, they were already pretty big when I first met them, but in the last 12 months since I've seen them, they've just absolutely skyrocketed. And knowing the four of them now, they're just the most gorgeous girls, and I just they deserve all of it. Like you as well, and Fish, and so many people. It's so nice to see good people succeed in this industry.
They were actually on my list as well. To be honest, they were actually on my list as well, supporting because I noticed they've been playing on Raw Cuts as well. That group of girls, they're kind of a group of girls that you got to kind of prepare yourself when you walk in the room because there's just so much energy that comes from them all. Like you just got to like prepare yourself. You're like, yeah, I know what I'm walking into. These girls are going to be off the hook. I've spoke to Matty Charby a lot over the period of Up to No Good because she was being a big supporter of it on the radio, saying some really nice things when she was on Capital Dance, and all the other girls, just the whole team, just really really lovely. If they spot you in the crowd as well, they'll pull you up and play your tune and give you your flowers in front of everyone. They're a really nice group of girls, and
They are playing at Ivy in a couple of weeks. I can't wait to see them. And then we've got a couple of plans and stuff as well with them. So I'm excited. They are just like good vibes, good energy. That's what you want in your life.
Yeah.
All right. And then lucky last, although I might sneak a little bonus question in. What is the best piece of life advice you've ever been given?
God, I don't think anyone's ever given me advice. I don't think they have. They've never given me advice. No one's ever said.
But not necessarily to you, but like, for example, mine is my dad said to me when I was about 14, as it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that has rung in my ears for the rest of my life. And it has been such a anchor in my personality and my career and everything. Is there anything like along that doesn't necessarily be directed at you?
No, not really. It's quite a difficult one because no one's actually given me advice and gone, right, listen to this. This is what you need to do, or just take this bit of advice, blah blah blah. But I have got a bit of advice.
Flipping it. I like it.
Flipping,
Right, let's
flipping
roll
the
with it.
question. Was that going to be the bonus question, or
No, it wasn't, but I'm
so?
here for it.
So this is obviously to do with music because obviously music is my life. What I would say is for any DJ that wants to be a DJ and obviously get into producing, that you love it first. Make sure you love music and you embrace music and understand what music is about and what it does to people, and then conquer that, become the absolute best at DJing, and then move into producing. I would say because there's a lot of producers out there that feel they need to DJ, and when you watch them play, it doesn't look like their heart is in it because they've been forced to be a DJ because they're a producer and they've made a banger. So that is my best bit of advice, and obviously appreciate the position that you're in and don't do it for the fame, the fortune, and the money. The money is the bonus. That's my
Yeah,
best bit of
nice. I love it.
advice.
I love it. I like that little spin on that. I might make that. I might make that a feature actually. All right. So little bonus question. I'm not going to say what like festival because we've already said that last year and we're still kind of chipping away, waiting for that one to happen. But what's a town or place in Australia you'd like to play next time? It doesn't necessarily have to be somewhere with a big venue.
So there's two places that I'd like to play. One being Byron Bay, and it's the only reason Byron Bay is because I went there before I was touring. I went there on a holiday, and I absolutely love the place. The vibe there was just like it's just party central in Byron Bay. Everyone's laid back as well, and I just really like the place. Really quirky. And the other place is because I get a lot of DMs. So when you come into Adelaide, so Adelaide is somewhere that I think I need to play because I get a lot of requests. So yeah, they're the two places really that are kind of I feel's missing off the tour. But you know what? That means I have to stay longer. Oh well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
so Adelaide is one of the most requested places. That's been twice now. That has since on the first tour, everyone's like, "Well, you come to Adelaide," and then this tour, you come to Adelaide. So yeah, and then
Got to
Byron
make it
Bay
happen.
is a bucket list. Say bucket list is a one that I'd like to do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Do you know it's funny? I haven't actually posted a reel of it, but Fish has a really funny story from when he was in Adelaide, so I'll send it to you. That is us done and dusted. And
Found.
yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you again for tour number 3. Any clues of when that might be, or is it all hush hush, nothing on the horizon?
No. It's going to be December.
Back again.
So I'll be over for Christmas this time.
Really?
Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, Christmas time.
Ah,
I think by the way the calendar's going to fall, I will be in Perth for Christmas Day.
oh, damn! I was about to
No.
say you can spend Christmas with us. Damn it! That
I
sucks.
know, yeah, gutted, but I don't know what the rest of the stuff is yet. That's kind of like
Awesome.
it's pie in the sky at the minute. It's just like stick this in your diary. Let's get it all worked out. So that is on the cards.
So it's happening. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, at
Exciting.
some point in December, I will look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the meantime, obviously, we'll keep in touch and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Sorted.
All right, mate.
Nice one. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Bye.